We do have a gentleman that would like to speak. John? Mr. Simpson.
DeKalb's a friendly place. We like to help one another out. Can you explain, for clarity's sake and for future reference sake, why it's a bad idea to have cadre of volunteers, be they mature or adolescent, running around doing certain physical things for the city?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Mr. Simpson, I know you're an attorney, and when you mention putting a youth 25, 30 feet up in the air to dangle there and paint, it just makes my heart stop, because the word liability is flashing in my mind in big red letters. So I have a concern about that.
But they'd enjoy it.
Until they fell, and then their parents would enjoy going to the courthouse.
Mr. Simpson.
I agree with you, Your Honor, that the need to move ahead. I also agree in the need to not piecemeal this project to pieces. I just want to follow up on something Councilman Baker said. He sounded to me to be insinuating that a grave error had been made, that this 3-in-1 trench thing hadn't been thought through first, as opposed to later. Was that a grave error on somebody's part?
No, we've approached the utility companies. They're going to do their own thing, and as we started talking to them, we understood, with coordination and consultation of our engineers and the utility company's engineers, a better way of making the same widget by putting it in one trench versus separate trenches, because that was the original plan, was separate trenches.
Thank you.
Any other final comments?
Said, Mr. Mayor, if you read Popular Mechanics on a regular basis, you will see that just around the corner is the possibility of sending electric current without wires. But having said that, I'm with you.
Thank you.
And where is the incentive for these utilities to work together anyway? They're not us, we're not them, they're not each other. Where's the incentive? Why would they care to try to minimize our expense by being forward thinking to get one trench? They don't work together.
That's the good point. I mean, again, we would be the coordinating agency through our engineers to have those utilities do their work within our trench, within our conduit. The alternative is they all do their own thing, on their own schedule, on their own specs. We don't want that.
And that's what I'm hearing by this vote tonight, is that it will be a hodgepodge downtown. It will be more disruption downtown. It will be more detriment to the downtown business owners, and we will not have the ambiance that we have talked about just wanting in the last vote by denying it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm really confused up here as to why we can't move forward with a direction here.
Mr. Baker, who's been complaining ever since I came on this council about all the wrong decisions that have been made by this council in the past, that whoa, if we could have done the right thing at the right time.
We still haven't heard a vote from Mr. Baker.
You said no.
Did you vote no?
I said no, but I'm saying no on the whole project right now. That's where I'm coming from. I think we need to hold off.
Okay, now,
For clarification,
Can you hold on just a second? We'll come back for a second round. Mr. Simpson?
Part of the problem we're in now is
you speaking in the microphone?
We are being held hostage by what utilities will or will not do to benefit the citizens of this town. It would be really nice if they would play nice with each other and play nice with us. They never have. I can't imagine they will. And I also think part of the council is being held hostage to some of the prejudices that some of the council members have anytime an expense for an engineer comes up. It's like, what do we need these engineers to do? Don't we have engineers that work on the city? Well, yes, we do, and as Mr. Bernanke just immediately pointed out, yes, we do, but not these particular kinds of engineers. So we're held hostage to our attitudes about engineering payout, and we're held hostage to the fact that these utilities are not going to help us. And so I read the email that Councilman Gallagher read in an entirely different way. Those plans, such as they exist, the utilities are not going to help us unless one of them has a plan that magically the other two will give into, it doesn't make any difference.